The following is brought to you by Element 14, the electronic design community where you can connect and collaborate with top engineers from around the world. Join now at element14.com.
Welcome back to Element 14 Presents. I'm David. Thank you so much for joining me and sticking with me all the way through to part 4, the final part of my Halloween project, the capacitive horror. Today's the big payoff. We're going to get it all installed and you'll get a chance to see it working. So let's get straight to it. Here on the back of the front door, we've got the two nuts that go all the way through. I'm just going to loosen off the top one a little bit. Here's the end of the capacitive wire. It's just a single core. There's no need for a negative or a ground. Shape the wire slightly, and that's it. Good to go. It's important to remember that every cable and every object has some capacitance. So with that in mind, I reran the sample script we wrote in an earlier section of the project, just to find out what the capacitance was of the cable when it was attached to the door knocker. That gave me the right figures to go back and include in my final script. I will include additional information on the script and how I managed to get everything working on the Element 14 communities. With the right values incorporated into the script, it was time to give it a few test runs. Obviously it doesn't look like much when it's run over the console, but the final effect works quite nicely. And for me, in situ, I could hear the relays clicking as I touched the capacitive sensor. There is something enormously satisfying about the click of a relay when it works. From inside the house, the roof projection looks kind of weird actually, but from outside it just about works. You now join me from the glamour of my front doorstep. I just want to show you how everything sort of fits together around here. Everything you've seen me working on up until now is in this box, nice and safe. Running out of it, we've got the audio. The speaker wire runs out through the less box, and outside I've got another one of these 100-watt speakers. They're enough. They're only running off a 25-watt channel amplifier. I didn't want to overwork the power supply on the project, and they were nice to have, a nice addition to add to the feeling. They were never the key to the project. We've got the capacitive sensing line, which is running up here behind me to the door knocker. Got the relay switching for the lighting up here, and everything else actually runs wirelessly. This big flex is the wired output for the lighting. That runs off the relay, so that's actually switching the 230-volt AC. I've got the VGA output, which is actually running over the Cat5 cable next door. And the networking for the Raspberry Pi is actually working off wireless. I hadn't intended to do that, but I found that the latency was enough to actually make everything work okay. Do you want to see it? You want to give it a try? Let's go for it. As I said previously, the key for me on this project was latency. Hopefully that responds fast enough to give people a really good jump scare, which of course I can trigger remotely running the script. I've really enjoyed working on this project, taking the capacitive touch, which was really simple and low level, and adding to it with the relays, the high level outputs and control, the audio, the amplification. It's been really good fun. I'm pleased with the effect it creates. I think it works, and hopefully it'll really scare people. Let me know in the Element 14 community anything you would do differently at element14.com/presents.